Hello, friends, and welcome back to VHS. I'm your host, Jesse, and this is your spoiler-free review of Fantastic Four: First Steps. Let's start with the basics. Thumbs up to this movie. Yes, this is a good Marvel movie. Now, whether it's fair or not, this movie, Fantastic Four, will draw comparisons to Superman, especially being released so closely together. Here's the first positive comparison. Just like with James Gunn and Superman, the filmmakers of Fantastic Four have actually read the comics and appear to have great love for the source material. Each of the four heroes are portrayed with more nuance and humanity than ever before on screen, where previous Fantastic Four movies have picked one obvious trait for each character and spread it super thin across the movie. The writers of First Steps finally give us a Ben Grimm that is more than his depression, a Johnny Storm who is far more than a dumb hottie, and the first real look at how powerful and important Sue Storm is as a character. Frickin' finally, dude. If Fantastic Four has a shortcoming, it's the same one facing most Marvel projects since Endgame. Even this iconic clash between the Fantastic Four and Galactus feels like a setup for what's coming next. That's not a spoiler. I'm not talking about Galactus setting something up for the future. I'm talking about the way this movie unfolds more like a series of events we already know, rather than an adventure full of conflicts and surprises. I can take some of the blame there as a viewer. I grew up reading the comics, so I knew where they were going, and they just did. My last comparison to Superman is less favorable. Where Superman felt like it was rewriting the rules for DC movies in an exciting way that also felt like an embrace of the wildness of comics, well, Fantastic Four feels more like an attempt to thread the needle. It's not all that funny, despite its attempts, and as I mentioned before, it all feels like a setup to return to our same old MCU in the near future. But the best news for the future of the MCU is that the Fantastic Four is on their way. The family is strong and will provide quite the counterpoint to Marvel's new Avengers if they ever meet up.